So, are you ready?
I can go a mile a minute. I told you to get out of my way.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt Steinfeld, and I'm asking the question to you and to myself today. Are you ready? Am I ready? Well, am I ready to elevate to a higher level of my recording artist career? Am I ready to play a festival? Am I ready to go into the studio and to execute and to make an album and put it out there? Am I ready to be a household name? Am I ready to be rejected and no one hear my music and no one care about what I'm doing musically or artistically? These are big questions to ask, and I think some people who are in music and also people who aren't in music assume certain things about what that looks like, what it looks like, what it means to have a musical career. Now, if you ask your mom or your dad or your best friend, what they think of your music career, they're probably going to think, well, if you're not on American Idol or if you're not on MTV or if you're not on the radio, then you're not being successful. Who are you? No one knows your music. Well, that's kind of a common assumption among people because that's all they see. The only artists that they see are the people that are on the Academy Awards or the people that are on the radio. But there are millions of artists that make a living from music, their own music, that you never heard of. I mean, just go on Spotify and type in a random letter and you'll see a dozen artists that you've never seen or heard before, and they probably don't have that big of a following, but maybe enough to make a living. But as an artist, as you make more and more music, as you record, as you meet more artists, as you perform, you understand that this is simply not true, that there is a way to carve out your own path and make a living off your music. But here's the question that many artists have, and that is, how do I get famous? How do I get more followers? How do I become viral? How do I get all this recognition for my music? Or how do I make money? How do I sell out a show? How do I sell all my merchandise? How do I get more people to listen? Right? And most of the artists that you might see on social media are doing this. They're just sending you links. They're saying, hey, listen to my music, follow me. They want all this recognition, or they want the attention. But the question is are they ready for it? And that's a whole nother ball game. One of the ways that you realize whether you're ready or not is by practice and repetition. You realize real quick if you're ready to record music by going in front of people and recording, whether that's at a studio or you're by yourself, maybe recording your own songs at your house. You understand real quick if you're ready to do it or not, or whether you need to learn more, or whether you need practice, or whether you need to collaborate with someone else. You learn really quick at an open mic if you're ready to perform. You may not be. You may need to rehearse a bunch in your living room. You may need to have some friends listen to you play, or your spouse, or your girlfriend, or whoever, your boyfriend, your family. Before you play in front of a crowd, you need to have experience playing your songs with yourself. All of this is going to reveal if you're ready. Most artists, including myself, think that they're ready and they're not. I played a couple open mics this week. I played at a music festival a couple weeks ago, and I'm still realizing that I'm messing up certain songs. Not always the same songs, not always in the same places, but it's not always going to go perfect, but the idea is to make it professional and to sound good and sound like you know your songs. If you expect other people to know your songs when you play, you better know the songs and not have trouble fumbling over the words and whatnot. Are you ready? Now, most of us are cocky and think that we're the greatest, but are you ready to actually do this? Are you actually ready to perform at this level? Now, I think if we look at the lives of many artists that became famous and got popularity and really, really got to the highest level, a lot of them weren't ready. A lot of them did not survive their fame, right? Many people that we can think of, big names, Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, Amy Winehouse, Jim Morrison, like just XXX Tentacion, people like that die, that are killed, that are either a product of their environment, a product of their own addiction, whatever it is. They're not around anymore. They couldn't handle it. Obviously, those are extreme examples. Are you ready to be in front of people? Are you ready to be in front of that spotlight? Are you ready to have a spot at a show or a venue, and are you able to sell those tickets? If you're not, that's fine. The idea is just to be thinking about this. It's not to say you're good or you're not good, or you're behind or you're ahead. The idea is to assess yourself and say, where am I and what do I need to improve? There's also another question that I think a lot of us face. Am I ready? Am I ready for what? Am I ready to be rejected? Now, if you've ever put out music as an artist, if you've ever made an album and put it out and sent it to your friends and family, you know that most of them will not care. Whether you were starting a business as an entrepreneur, whether you're raising money for a good cause, whether you're putting out music and trying to share it, whether you cooked a lot of food and you have a bake sale, whatever it is that you're doing artistically or in order to help a community or maybe to promote what you're doing, most people do not care. Are you ready for that? Because I never expected in 1,000 years that people that I loved and care about, some of my best friends don't give a rip about my music. And it's not because they don't like me or care about me. It's just because that's not the music that they listen to. If you're a hip hop artist and you got a bunch of friends that live in the country, they're probably not into, urban music. If you make electronic dance music and you hang out with a bunch of hippies, or if you hang out with people that live in the city, or I'm just saying, like, depending on what the culture is of the people around you, they may not like that music. A lot of people don't like country music. A lot of people don't like hip hop. If you make those genres, they're going to be polarizing. So know that your friends and family probably won't care. My family, my parents, they like old school music. They like the Righteous Brothers. They like Roy Orbison. They like the Bee Gees, right? They're not gonna. If I went and made hip hop, or if I went and made club music, they wouldn't like it. They love me, but I have to be ready to be rejected. There's a lot of entitlement, so much entitlement and so much pride that goes into people, and we're sensitive. If you're an artist and you're making stuff, it means you're thoughtful. So if you put a lot of work into something and it's personal to you and it's expression of who you are, it's painful to have people not like it, especially people we care about. Are you ready to be rejected? And I think a lot of us who have tried to make music or have a music career or put out music, at least as a hobby, we've understood really quick. The second you release something, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Most people don't care. Most people that care about your music are the people that you don't know, the people that you might meet on social media. Like most of the people that listen to my music, for example, are people that I've never met live. They're people I've met through this YouTube channel, and they're people that I've met through like Instagram and me posting stuff. Are you ready to be rejected? Are you ready to be insignificant? And that reveals a lot about what you think about music. If you aren't ready to be rejected, that means that you care more about the fame and the popularity and the recognition and the attention than you do about the music. Which may be the case, but it's important to know that. If you're just in it to make money, that's okay. If you want to just make money, it's going to be hard. It's going to be very, very difficult to make a lot of money from music. But if that's what you want to do, at least you know that's what you want to do. If you're kind of more of on the other end of a purist who just wants to make art and whatnot, you have to be ready to be rejected. But if you really do want to be successful, and let's just say you just hypothetically you care about the money, you care about the girls or the guys or whatever, the recognition, the fame. If you aren't ready to be rejected, how are you going to be able to handle all that instant fame and still survive? Those two questions are the most important. Are you ready to be rejected, and are you ready to be famous? Because I am not sure, at least personally, I'm ready for either. I think I'm more more okay with being rejected? Tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Love to hear your feedback. As always, thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing, and we'll see you again next time.
All the way up on the music dial over